In the household growing up, I felt an intense amount of fear, and I felt unwanted. I felt that I was not enough. My parents were married. We lived in a moderately nice house, but nobody knew what was happening on the inside. My dad started abusing his medication. My mom also enjoyed drinking. What that led to is a very absent mom and a very enraged, abusive dad. I connected with these kids that were living in similar lifestyles, but a lot more free. I would use drugs with my friends because their parents had them. I mean, they were just readily available. My mom, though, stated that she couldn't have two drug addicts in the household, and so I got kicked out of my house. At that point, I had to figure out how I was going to take care of myself. And eventually I stayed with a friend that his girlfriend was dancing at a strip club, and she had told me, you know, you can make a lot more money if you would go into this industry. From there, I learned how to make better money, which was in prostitution. Being in the sex industry, I was introduced to a lot of different strip clubs and eventually landed at one where I met the owner. He decided that he didn't want me to do drugs anymore, even though ironically he was my main drug supplier. I decided I would go do these 30 days in rehab, just get the piece of paper, bring it home so that I wouldn't lose my comfort zone. It wasn't until the second round in rehab when I was introduced to the 12-step programs, which introduce to you the idea of God. And so in the process of being in and out of rehab, the question then was, who is God? I could accept that I'm not it. And that was the tiny, tiny mustard seed of faith. I was introduced to my counselor, and she was that pivotal person for me. And she took time out of her day, sacrificed time to be able to go through those passages so that I wasn't left there wondering, what does all of this mean? I truly believe that that moment in history was God pursuing me. Throughout our Bible studies, the question arose, do you know what salvation is? She told me to pray and to ask God to show me what salvation was. So the next day I went to my job. I was working at the YMCA. One of the members pulled in and she was about to walk into the gym and she'd forgotten to lock her car. So she turns around and locks her car. About an hour later, she shows up at my parking booth and says, "Hey, can I pray for you?" And so I said, sure. She did not know that I was not saved. She did not know whether I wanted to be saved. Just completely following the promptings of the Holy Spirit. And then she asked me the most important question I've ever been asked, and that was, can you feel the Holy Spirit? When she asked me that question, tangible power shot through both of my arms, and I knew in that moment that I had been saved. Since coming to Christ, my life did not immediately get better. I ended up going to a house church that taught me that I did not understand anything about Christianity. There was no way that I was going to go to a Sunday morning a few months in a row and get this hunger filled. So that's when I started college at Williamson College, and I ended up pursuing my ministry leadership degree, and I got a minor in nonprofit because I knew that I wanted to give back. And I want to be able to teach people what I didn't know. When you pursue the truth with complete abandon and rigorous honesty, you will end at the cross every single time. There is a God. His name is Jesus Christ, and this is who I will pursue for the rest of my life.